Back here we go for game number 5 of the afternoon. This is going to be Bunkie and Avoyelles Charter. Bunkie will come into this as the visiting team. Charter will be the home team tonight in this one, or this afternoon in this one. And I'm telling you what, we have seen a lot of great softball today out of Avoyelles Parish, and this one is going to be, no doubt, will be that way as well. The Bunkie Lady Panthers, their lineup looks like this. Ava Webb will lead off and play third base. Brenna Ferguson will be behind the dish. Andy Bedivy at shortstop. Brianna Laborde is the designated player. Braylon Ferguson is at second base. Aubrey Ducote is in the circle. We saw Townsend in there in game number 1. Kylie Knight is at first base. Molly Newton, the 8th grader, is out there in center field. Riley Townsend will make her way over to left field. And Caitlin O'Quinn will play right field. Didn't get a new lineup from Coach Scully, but I expect that it will be the same, and he'll keep it as that. Tremendous day for softball it has turned out to be, and I'm glad that they were able to get this thing in and get it taken care of and done. And you can definitely hear that wind is picking up. And what it hurts on this all-dirt infield is you've seen dust fly up through here, through these. But one of the things I want to take away from this is there's just such good talent all throughout the state of Louisiana, and it is here in Avoyelles Parish also. Opening day just 3 days away. It is on Tuesday the 17th. It is Jai Heath that is back in the circle. Behind the dish is, looks like number 17 this time, so that is going to be Johnson. She was at third base last time. Kylie Johnson will be behind the dish. And Janiah Heath just had a little bit of first inning jitters there. She is set to face Webb and Ferguson, Brenna Ferguson, and Andy Bedivy here in the top of the first. Over at third base now is Riche. She was a designated player earlier on. That is number 15, Ellie Riche. Work our way around the infield again as we look out there. At first base is number 18, and that is Mia Wiley. 24 is out at second base. Down at second base, that is McNeil once again. She was there, Madison McNeil. Shortstop is number 10, Anna Bordelon. And Ava Webb will lead things off. The junior LSUE Lady Bengals commit. Infield comes in. Boy, they're in the corners at first and third, and I just don't know that that's what you want to do. But they're expecting Webb to maybe put something on the ground, and that bounces up and out of there for ball 1. And here we go, top of the first. Wind is whipping in this one. Off the plate and up, and that is ball 2. Ava Webb, you've heard us talk about her in game 1, just a quintessential leadoff hitter. That one smoked over to shortstop, have to make a backhand, and once you bobble, you're not going to get these runners. I'm telling you what, though, that was a tremendously close play by Anna Bordelon to come up there and make it close, but unable to do so, and that's going to get Brenna Ferguson, or correction, yeah, that is Brenna. Nobody really hanging around second base, as again the corner infielders are playing in, and so you've got to get back a little bit further if you're those middle two infielders. McNeil and Bordelon are having to shade some of that additional room by these players being infield, and a little bounce, and that's going to get Webb on to second base. Score that a wild pitch on the advance that gets Webb down to second base and into scoring position. Wind continues to blow. It's been a factor in all day. That's what's kept the ball in the yard. The one time that we saw it, I don't think there were really any shots except that one from Katie Lashney that went off the base of the wall, but that wind was blowing in about 20 miles an hour like it is now. Up and out of the zone, and ball 4, and she will make her way down to first base. Will Brenna, and that'll bring Andy Bedevy, the shortstop for this team, and that's going to get a courtesy runner in for the catcher. Coming in to run for the catcher is Amelia DeSoto. We saw her back in game 1, the first one that we saw her in. Janaya again just having a rough go of it in the first. When she settled down in that second and third innings in Charter's earlier game, well, she was magic. But this is a tough out of the chute here with this Bunkie team. An inside corner, and that's a strike. That one twists back inside. She throws a little bit of that screwball from the right side, and it dives in on that right-handed hitter. And if you start at middle of the plate and can pick that up, it's easy to stay off of that. She throws it back, this time not as far inside, but still out of the zone. 3 balls and a strike. Andy Bedevy is there. Brianna Laborde would be next, and Braylon Ferguson. That one, bottom part of the zone in there. Good-looking strike. When Heath gets that pitch working, it's a tough one to hit as a right-handed batter because you think it's going to dive out on you. You just got to really pick it up. That one lifted foul and back and out of play. Not enough foul room to go give it a chase, but good job behind the plate by Johnson to make a move at it. Over at third base is Riche. We told you that she was a designated player back in that first game. High fly ball, infield. Actually, wow, center fielder is going to come all the way in and get that one just off of the dirt. That's why it wasn't an infield fly, but good work coming in out of center field was Mitchell. Allison Mitchell gets that, and that is going to bring Brianna Laborde in as Coach Scully will go out and talk to him just a little bit. Hope you have enjoyed today's stream. We have had a blast bringing it to you. We're in the first inning of game number 5 of 6 today. So we've jumped out in hours. And so, see, that's the thing. That's the difference. These games don't count towards regular season standings. They count for us. We told you we're going to try to get to 100 games this softball season. We'll get 6 of them out of the way today. Spinning there and off and running his Webb, and that one nearly chunked into the outfield. Had not been for Riche to get a glove up, then that one goes into the outfield. And that puts runners at second and third now. And Laborde, the designated player in this one, has an opportunity to get Bunkie on board. Ground over to first. She's going to turn and spin. And, boy, that is just phenomenal work over at first base by Wiley. Mia Wiley grabs that, hits the bag, turns, and is able to hold Webb over at first base. And that is out number 2. Runner still at second and third. That one lifted high and back and giving chase out in right field and makes that catch. Tremendous, tremendous work and working out of that and avoiding what was runners at second and third with one out. And now you come around, and that was Whittington that went out and got that one. Shiloh Whittington doing big-time work. That will do it for the top of the first. We'll be back bottom of the first when we come back. Getting our first look at Aubrey Ducote as she gets loose there. We saw Townsend in game one. We've heard a lot about Ducote and the way that she throws the ball. Leading things off is going to be number 17, Kylie Johnson for Avoyelles Charter. Sun starting to change away. That's made a difference on the way things look there on the screen. If you see our Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard down in the bottom of the first, of course, a big shout out to Sheriff Mark Wood and the Rapides Parish Sheriff's Department for helping make high school sports a reality and be able to view that. Johnson will lead things off, and quickly she puts that one over Scully's head down the third baseline, but foul. Again, the hospitality here has been phenomenal. Our first trip to do softball in Avoyelles Parish. We've called football here and we've called basketball here, but this is the first time that we have called a softball game. That one stays up, lifted high. Webb giving chase, but runs out of room, and that is quickly 0-2. Ducote looks like that fastball that she brings. Boy, and she is looked like she may have. She's kind of limping when she was going back. She's got knee braces on both those knees. Steps up and fires that one out of the zone for ball one. You can tell it looks like she's favoring both of those knees. It may be those braces, but that one just poked over into right field. Coming up making the play out in right field is Caitlin O'Quinn, and that's the first out of the inning. This will bring up Janiah Heath. Perfect. Thank you very much. Heath would like to give herself a little bit of a cushion here. Maybe get something going. That one swung on and missed. And it evens the count up at a ball and a strike. Again, Doug Gann with 446 Sports, and delighted to be a part of your Saturday afternoon, your Valentine's Day. If you are new to the channel, leave us a comment and let us know who you're cheering for, where you're watching from. That type of stuff helps us get our message out to folks. That one is ground over there past third base again, taking aim at Coach Scully, and he's like, hey, put it out that way. He did such a great job of pitching out of that one. And now she'd like to really get herself going here. That one up and out of the zone, evens the count. Hit 2 balls and 2 strikes. But if you have not followed the channel, if you're watching on Facebook or if you're on Twitter or YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That one ground over to shortstop, but gathered in there by Bedevie across the diamond to Knight, and that is the out. Score that one 6-3 on the putout, and just a big, solid throw across the diamond, and that's why she's able to stay back and play that far. She's got all of the arm to get it across the diamond. Allison Mitchell, center fielder, is there. Good looking pitch as it kind of drifted away from Mitchell. When lifted high, kind of that rise ball kind of took a little bit of time to do it, and that's one of those that I think he just had a little extra time to and couldn't hold off anymore. Next thing you know, it was up above the hitting zone and swung right under it. Bunkie team pushed a run across in the bottom of the third earlier to go ahead 6-3, and good work by Aubrey Ducote gets out of it there. So a scoreless first inning. We'll be back in the second when we come back.
Yeah, so what happened out there tonight?
We struck out at home with leftovers, then we remembered walk-ons.
What effect did the situation have?
Spirit soared. Nick took on a burger. Jen obliterated her ribeye po' boy. And speaking of spirits, Laura even scored a real tasty cocktail. She needed that.
Any lessons learned today?
Yeah. Head straight to walk-ons.
Scratch-made dishes, wall-to-wall TVs, craft beers, and cocktails. Walk-ons for the win.
Discover golf like never before at Links on the Bayou, Central Louisiana's hidden gem. Welcome to a golf experience like no other. Our Links-style design sets the stage for an exciting and unique adventure. 5 distinct tee boxes cater to every skill level, ensuring a game that's perfect for you. And when you're ready to refuel, head to Becky's Bunker Club for dining with a view and gear up in our pro shop. Ready to elevate your golfing experience? Tee off at Links on the Bayou today. Links on the Bayou, redefining the way you enjoy golf.
The Rapides School-Based Health Center brings healthcare straight to your child at no cost.
We're back here, and pitcher Aubrey Ducote will step in. Heath was able to get out of that inning in the first. And I know Coach Scully's not only just happy about the scoreless inning, but the way that she pitched out of that. And we'll talk to him some in that final game of the afternoon. When he makes his way up here, Janiyah fires that one in, and it is fouled back and out of play. Bottom of the second, or top of the second we play. Swung through that one, and look at the enthusiasm back there by Johnson. Behind the dish, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swung through that one too, and that is exactly the type of pitching that Coach Scully told us that you could expect from that young lady. And Ducote swings through that one, and that is going to bring up Kylie Knight. She is the Lady Panthers first baseman. Janiyah is getting dialed in, to say the least. Rock backs and fires this one, and late on that one and fouling it down the line, and quickly behind in the count, 0-2. You hear the wind continue to blow, but it is kept it pretty nice out there today. That one tried that screwball, but lost it a little bit. Started it off the plate on the opposite side, and didn't have a chance of staying in. Heath will look over, get the sign. She drops back and fires this one now inside. She made the adjustment, and that hit her. So it's going to get Kylie Knight down to first base, and Molly will make her way in there. Molly Newton, we saw the 8th grader, the work that she does in center field. Appreciate Panthers football coach Jimmy Hillman for giving us that insight. Certainly a future Rising Stars candidate there, as arm she's got on her, the way that she patrols the outfield. And so the idea that Pelican State Rising Stars All-Star Game is just to get some of that young talent that may not get as much recognition, or may and just need to be all in one setting. We're going to do that for them. That'll be May 26th and 27th up in Pineville, Louisiana. So just a short trip up the road. 1 ball and 1 strike here. Runner moves to second base. Well, Heath put that right where Johnson set up outer half, and when you, even if you're on the edge of the plate or off the plate just a little bit, if you don't move that glove and the pitcher hits it right away, if it's a ball off of it or 2 inches off of it, you're going to get that. Came right back to it, and that right back where it was pitched. I think Coach Kate wanted her to keep going and come around and put some pressure on from Knight, but didn't do it. Now runners at first and third. And that's going to bring Riley Townsend into the game. Townsend's in left field today. She started game 1 and went the distance there. She's turning and squaring, but I think that's more just to get Knight down to second base, and it's effectively done. So she takes strike 1, but now a base hit, and you've got a couple of runs that come around and score. Again, a lot of that is hitting the pitch when the glove doesn't move. It's 0-2 here with 1 down. Heath pitched out of a jam in the first that was very, very similar to this. She'll have to do it again. That one down on strikes. I attribute that a lot to the work of the catcher also. That dirt that's blowing is coming up here and causing some chaos on our computer screen also. I mean, she has found her spot, has Heath, and it's the outer half of it. Menard Eagles win 13-3 in their game. They're 3-1 on the season. This is Bella Robo that's in there, and she just launches that one, but it's left fielder has it, and pumped up out there in left field. That's 2 big outfield plays that have been made. We'll be back in the bottom of the second. See what Charter's able to do when they come up.
To you. We provide comprehensive physicals, wellness checks, sick visits, sports physicals, immunizations, behavioral health counseling, and more. Our licensed medical providers, nurses, and social workers are ready to care for your children with no out-of-pocket cost to families or the school board. Our purpose is simple: keep students in school, parents at work, and help students thrive. Sign up today and help keep Rapides healthy.
Bottom of the second is on us, and Aubrey Ducote will be back out for her second inning of work. This is Riche that has made the move over to third base from designated player. Swung through that one in strike one. Heath has stranded 5 runners over 2 innings. And the good and bad of that is you had 5 runners in 2 innings to strand. Good news is you did it, and it's part of that growth and maturation process that we talk about so much. Down low and out of the zone. And it should be 1 ball, 1 strike. That one squibbed over. Is going to, well, you almost got to let that turn around and roll back a little bit more. Foul ball. Had so much spin on it that it hit that dirt. If that was one of those on turf, it would have been an out. But this dirt just grabbed a hold of it and didn't let it go anywhere. When lifted high, first base coming up. Nobody's going to call that, and it's going to hit and bounce foul. Missed a good opportunity, but no damage done there. But if you're Riche, you've got to make them pay for that. But just nobody really wanted to take charge of it over in that first base, pitcher, second base type of area. Went inside, 2 balls, actually a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. That one lifted high again. This time it's twisting, the wind blowing. Good opportunity over there, and going out and making a play on that one was Kylie Knight, and made up for it there too. Had the fence, had the dugout right in front of her. It was a friendly dugout. It was the bunky one, so that made it a little bit easier. And Whittington now will step in. Whittington, you saw back in the first that made that play that ended the inning. That one, she promptly deposits out into center field, and that's a base knock by Whittington. Mia Wiley will step in. Bulls Charter with their customary teal and black with the white numbers. Monkey red with the black trim with Panthers across the front of it, a block number below. That one misses down low. We play bottom of the second. There's 1 out at Charter, the home team in this one. And again, misses down low. Seen a lot of good action. St. Joe's and Avoyelles, and so Avoyelles and Marksville will do battle to end things today. That one fouled back, fouled off of everybody. That's why they wear the pads, though. That's absolutely what they're doing. Ground ball over to third. They're going to try to go to second for it, and the play is made there, and that is just a fantastic play made on both ends of it. Webb having the arm to get it over there, but coming up and playing that from second base was Ferguson. Score that 5-4 on the putout, Webb to Ferguson, and that was a dandy. Getting the lead runner, and 2 outs now here, bottom of the second. Swung through that one and missed, strike 1. Ferguson seemed to get a little bit stronger. Correction, Aubrey Ducote seeming to get a little bit stronger as she goes. Took something off of that and spun it, but it didn't quite drop back down. Final game of the day, scheduled for 4:10, and these things have caught up a little bit. So they've done, these 3 innings have been pitched well. We're an out away from having 2 in the books. Of course, Coach Scully says don't rush this final out. That one is there, though, down on strikes, outer half, and that will do it. Aubrey DeCody strands a base runner. After 2, we're scoreless here. We go to the top of the 3rd when we come back.
Home isn't just a place, it's where life happens. At the LaLuck Group, we've helped families take that first big step and then the next. From starter homes to forever homes, we're here for the moments that matter most. Because the best real estate experience doesn't just find you a house, it helps you build a life.
In Central Louisiana, you might see me at the ballparks or soccer fields, or we might cross paths at the grocery store. I'm your local Farm Bureau insurance agent. Your local.
Back we go, top of the 3rd. Leading things off is Caitlin O'Quinn. She takes that one in there for strike 1. Due up in the top of the 3rd, O'Quinn, Webb, and Ferguson. And this is where Bunkie did their work in the first game that they played. Came back and put up 4 against the Avoyelles to win that game. If you're scoring these, and I don't think they are, but you get the point. Infield in at the corners. Trying to take away anything quick, and that one low. 2 balls and a strike. Again, you have the leadoff hitting Ava Webb up. Brenna Ferguson, Andy Bedovey. Just got a lot of talent at the top of that lineup. That one lifted high and chased and foul, and that'll even things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Marksville and Avoyelles due to wrap things up here after this. We play in the top of the 3rd. That one ground past that drawn in first baseman. Well, that throw to first caught, and that's why they wear helmets and that's why they wear masks. But racing down was O'Quinn to get that. And you will see a runner come in. This is number 11, Chrissy Turner. So Turner is there, and Ava Webb now with an opportunity to keep things going and perhaps scratch a run across in the top of the 3rd. Puts that one right by the shortstop, who was heading over to second base to cover on the steal attempt, and that's how you draw up a hit and run. That's exactly what it is, hitting them where they ain't. And Brenna Ferguson now will step in. Ferguson, the catcher in this second game, looks to push across that first run. That one misses away, ball 1. Starting to see more than just the flag move. Those trees are starting to sway a little bit also. Outer half, and Ferguson runs through it. You got to be careful about loading them up for Bedovey and Laborde. That just that spells an opportunity for some trouble. That went up in a 3-0 count now. Heath in what is effectively her 5th inning of work today. Correction, 6th inning of work. She pitched all 3 in the first and the 3 this afternoon. Each team in the Jamboree can play 6 innings in one day, and that's why you see them split up these games like they do. And that will bring Andy Betteby, the shortstop, in. Another courtesy runner, pinch runner actually, is coming in. That's Amelia DeSoto. That is a courtesy runner that will run for Ferguson, the catcher. The earlier one was the actual pinch runner. That one over the shortstop hit, and that's going to score a run, and that's why you live dangerously if you walk the folks that lead up to her. And coming around to score there is the pinch runner, which was Chrissy Turner. And the first run on the board, and station to station go the, let's give that to the right team. There you go. Monkey Panthers, and that will bring up Brianna Laborde. Another one that can really pound the softball. But you look up and down this Bunkie lineup, and they've got hitters. Bunkie will look to make another deep run this year. A lot of success from the program the last couple of years, and Coach Kate Hillman continues to build and do work there. Other end of that spectrum is first-year coach Thomas Scully. Been around the sport of softball a long time. His first year, though, at Charter, looking to build a program there. Continue to build them. And it's 3 balls and no strikes, and nowhere to put her. But you certainly don't want to give in and just serve her up a fastball either. Taking there all the way, and it's 3 balls and a strike. Certainly a hitter's count here at 3-1. Heath fires that one in, and that is going to be a bases-loaded walk that will bring in Ava Webb. And they'll come out and talk to Janiyah Heath. Run into a little bit of trouble here in the third. She was able to pitch out of it in the first and in the second, but ran into some trouble here. And this is Braylon Ferguson, the second baseman. Good looking pitch, top of the zone, strike one. And that's what you want to do. And all of this has come with nobody out. These 2 runs have. If you're Heath, you want just some way to get a strikeout or a ground ball back to the pitcher where you can maybe go home to first or something with it. Bounces that one to the backstop. Good spin. They got her over there. Oh, my goodness. Sure looked close down at third base. Wow. But again, I'm up here. I don't have that angle. My goodness. So I do like what happened there. You know, you've heard us talk. If you've watched the broadcast through the years, you've heard us talk about when you get a runner that's on at second base, they'll look in and try to tell you where the catcher is setting up to try to give away the location of the pitch. This time, set up inside as a catcher, and right before the pitch was thrown, hopped to the outside, and it was taken for a strike. And so it's just it's a chess match out there. That one inside on the corner, and down on strike she goes. And that's what you needed there, was a strikeout. If you can find a way to keep this thing at 2 runs and give yourself a chance in the bottom of the third, Dakota will stand in. She would like to get herself a little bit more insurance there. Twisted foul and back out of play. Had a good cut at it, but after several foul balls, running out of softballs. Nothing in 2, 1 down, bases still loaded. A run was walked in. That's the second run, and then one batted in earlier. Heath fires that one, bounces up, nowhere to go. Good job of blocking it up behind the dish by Johnson. She's done a great job back there to prevent anything really from getting away. Heath again rocks back. That one low under the legs. There's going to be a play, diving in and sliding in safely right in front of the tag. And Johnson looked like she got spiked or dirt. It's probably dirt kicked up in the face is what it looked like it was to me. And just, I'm telling you, that's what it was, sliding in and you getting that dirt. And it doesn't matter how much of it that you get out of there. Coach Scully coming out to check on her, and you like to see that. Bang, bang play there, and good work by Johnson to dive forward there, but just sliding in ahead. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3-0 now. Runners at second and third. That one bounces up again. Thought about the back pick to third, but nothing doing. Ground over towards third. Well, this dust is made. It makes you appreciate the turf, but of course, dirt in its natural state is what softball was built on. But man, when it's dry like it is for the next few hours anyway, it sure makes a mess. Up and out of zone, snap throw back down to third, nothing doing, and that'll load them up once again with still just 1 out. Kaylee Knight will step in. Kylie Knight, excuse me, K-Y-L-I-E, Kylie Knight. A base hit could very well end this inning. That one bounces away and out of the zone, and I think that Janiah Heath has just has run into the wall here in the, what is her 6th inning of the day, the 3rd of this second game. That one outer half is there for a strike. Look, Johnson is just, she's chunking down there. She's going to get several this season, but one of them today, you got to think. What it does is keep you much closer over there. Andy Bedovey saying, look, I'm not going anywhere. That one pulled to the right side. Going to step on that. The run will come across the score. But a good job of getting that out. And that's out number 2, but it's 4-0 now in this one. And it's been a 4-run inning, and that sends Molly Newton to the plate. Inside they go, strike 1 called. Clouds that separated and let some sun out are starting to gather back up like a Sunday family reunion. That one down the line's got a chance to drop in. It just goes foul, giving chase over there was Whittington. She gave a run for it, and that's just a long, loud foul. I do like the movement and the ability. We've seen her go over and get some of those earlier. Just playing to pull and had such a long run to go. That one pushed foul again, and ducking and covering over there was Townsend in the on-deck circle. That one fouled back. Nothing in 2 the count. 2 down, top of the third. That one inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ground ball, that's going to be trouble. Shortstop's got it coming across. Yeah, going to beat that out. And that is the 5th run. So that'll be 5, and that will end the inning. 5 spot is put up there. And that, look, Townsend's like, dadgummit, I wanted to have a hack at it there. And that will end the day for the Bunkie hitters. All you can do now is get something going from Charter, making her way back out behind the dish. Brenna Ferguson. She has played so well back there. Aubrey Ducote will come out for her 3rd inning of work. The Lady Panthers have taken a knee, and they're listening to Coach Kate Hillman tell them, hey, look, let's go out and close this thing out. Such a fiery, spirited bunch from Bunkie, the Lady Panthers. Look for a couple. If things stay, it's just going to be a couple of warm-up tosses from Ducote. She doesn't take too many of them. We play the bottom of the 3rd. Again, we've got Avoyelles and Marksville set to do battle in the final game, and I expect somewhere around 4:15, 4:20 it should go off. Time is called to go shut the gate before Bernard is able to do it. Chloe Bernard step in and get things going. When lifted high and foul and out of play, strike 1. Ducote will rock back and foul. That's nasty change up, and Hump gave up on it. He's like, that's on me. Goodness gracious, yeah. He saw that. He called it a ball and couldn't go back. Coach had already turned around on it. He's like, that one's on me. I just gave up on it and called it a ball, but it dropped right down in there. Just a really good-looking change-up. Outer half there, and ground to shortstop again. Bobbled and kicked around. And that's going to put a runner at first. And all you can do is, as an ump, is flush that too and let it go. You equate that to one that just buckles a knee of a hitter. And that's what happened. Here's McNeil. Madison McNeil will step in. She squares around a bunt, and that one is laid down perfectly. It's going to be fair ball. Nobody at third, but you don't want to chase. Now the mad dash is over to third. Going to be in time there at third. Everybody safe. She needs to get on the bag. Safe at third. She got off the bag. Not sure why. Time wasn't called there. Time wasn't called, so not sure why she got off the bag. Needless to say, runners at first and third, and that's a dirt infield bunt infield single is what that is. If that's turf, it rolls off one way or the other, but it's the dirt and it rolls foul. And Blue was official. I mean, he told right away. He's like, look, it's fair ball, fair ball, fair ball. They tried to turn around and throw back to third behind the runner, not in time, and runners at first and third. That one up and out of the zone. This time they go back towards where Webb is at third. But now you've got runners at second and third, and this is what you want out of Coach Scully's group. He wants to see them fight to the very end. Anna Bordelon will step in. She swings through that one and evens the count of the ball and a strike. That one popped up behind the dish and coming up out of there and getting that. But again, we told you we've seen such good work behind the plate today from Brenna Ferguson. She quickly saw that one pop up and go get it, and having to locate that has been the problem. That will bring the top of the lineup and Johnson back in there. Kylie Johnson pulled foul, and you get to the top of the order. Johnson, Heath, and Mitchell and Riche just trying to tie this thing back up. Five to nothing. This lead, you see it? Bunky put all of those up in the top of the third. Pretty long inning. Charter trying to equal the task here and come back with 5 of their own. That one out and away. It seemed like when Bunky was able to get the bases loaded, it really put a lot of pressure on that Charter defense. And you get a dink and a dunk and a couple of things happen, and you're right back on top of it. Rocks back and fires this one. Ground down the line and foul. Good piece of hitting this time by leadoff Johnson. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kylie Johnson trying to get some runs on the board. That one up and out of the zone, fills it up. And Janai Heath would be next. She and Allison Mitchell. Again, pulled foul over there. That one up and out of the zone, and ball 4 now. And that will load the bases up. Coach Scully going to get a courtesy runner in there, and that will be number 22, Kylie Lemoyne. Lemoyne for the catcher, Johnson. And Janiyah Heath now has a chance to get this thing going back. 1 down in the bottom of the third. We've seen teams that get down to their last at-bat really pick things up. Bunky wanting to throw a ground ball. That's right up the middle. Bounces off of the pitcher. 1 run is going to score. They're going to hold the other, and that's Newton, and you do not. And I want you to look at me and understand what it is that I'm telling you. You do not run on Molly Newton, period, end of discussion. Scully was up here in the top when he saw that, and you absolutely do not do that. She is going to be one of those that puts a lot of highlight plays up throwing runners out before they learn, don't do that. Some other game, you're up there and you're running on it, but not on Newton. Goodness gracious, this is Allison Mitchell. That one's lifted over into right field, giving chase. Tagging and nowhere to go, though. Heath wanted to tag. That one fly out to right field is good. Quinn goes out there and gets that one. And 2 down. Riche now stands in. Designated player in the first game. Third baseman here in this one. Fouls that one back. Opening day, Tuesday, February 17th. We're just 3 days away from that. If you count Sunday, Monday, we're only 2 days away. There's that changeup again that is thrown out and off the plate. Nothing in 2 quickly. Charter down to their last strike, but not giving up. Swung on and missed, and Dakota able to finish what she started, and that is the ball game. Bunkie is going to win this one 5-1. They played 5 in the top of the 3rd inning. Charter able to bring back 1 in the bottom of the 3rd, but that is going to wrap things up here. We'll take a break. We'll stop the stream. Make sure you followed or subscribe to the page so you know right where it is, and you just click back on it when it comes up. They'll meet in center field, shake hands, but that'll do it for us. Bunkie wins at 5-1. We'll see you back for Marksville and Avoyelles to wrap things